Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Lawrence Adams. This is the Midlife Arcade. Welcome to the Pinball Underground. Today on the show, we are going to be going over some of the finer points of Ghostbusters, which is a game I have had for a few months now, and it has taken me a little bit to figure out what you're doing, why you're doing it, how it can be done well. That's actually, that's one of the big ones. But yeah, it's a sticky game. It's a hard game. It has been called, like the most difficult game ever. I personally think that there are other games out there that are as challenging, but certainly none come to mind that are more challenging. And so, without further ado, let's go into the steps and why I think they are the steps. I mean, this is all Dwight Sullivan stuff, right? So it's mad genius stuff. Step one here is going to be to collect your gear. So, I'll put it this way. Your best game without multipliers can be worse than your worst game with multipliers. And that should make sense just from a simple mathematical perspective. Having your multipliers lit constantly is going to ratchet up that score gigantically. There are a lot of ways to even kind of dogpile onto that. But what was confusing to me when I first started playing the game was the fact that your multipliers seem to only be lit, at least to me, they seem to only be lit two ways. One is rolling over the K in PKE at the top of the playfield on the skill shot, and the other is the captive ball on the left, the Newton balls that go around and around. Both of those are still true. You can use those to light your multipliers. I guess there's a couple other ways, right? The Pops will sometimes give you an award that helps with that, as well as Tobin's Spirit Guide can sometimes help with your multipliers. But those are random. I'm talking about ways that you can solidly do this each and every time. And it turns out that the proton pack insert, the gear, just the gear itself when it's lit, is enough to light your multipliers. And so the way that happens is all you got to do is hit the left ramp. I'm going to call it the center ramp on accident a million times, but it's the left ramp. Hit the left ramp, and your proton pack over by the stand-up targets on the left will start flashing. Now, we've talked about gear awards on this show before, how you can stack that award or increase that award to pretty large sums by just spamming the left ramp and, looping it and looping it and looping it and getting a really big score. However, what I didn't know is that even by just doing it once, you're going to light your first multiplier. Do it a second time, light your second multiplier, which are the playfield 2x and playfield 3x multipliers at the top, which gets up to times 6. Although you do have to manage them. They degrade, they over time, so you do have to manage whether or not they're lit independently. So think about this from the perspective of the theme, right? Like the actual theme immersion that you have going on here. You're starting your day. You are a Ghostbuster. And so you're going to go bust some ghosts. That's what you do. It's your job, right? So the first thing you need is to gear up. You need to put on some gear so that you can go and bust ghosts. The more gear you have, it would make sense the better you are at busting ghosts. There you go. There's your theme immersion. There's the story that are the things that I love so much about pinball that keep all this together. The second thing we're going to talk about, step 2, is going to be light and collect ghosts. Now, this should be pretty self-explanatory and straightforward, although it is a bit dangerous. The ghost target in the center of the playfield is your most common way to light ghosts, right? It's also probably the most dangerous way to light ghosts. So I tend to avoid it unless I have ball save on, that's basically it. Unless I have ball save on. The other two ways to light ghosts are using the pop bumpers, which they'll give you some every now and again, somewhere between 2 and 3 most of the time. There's also the symmetrical book stacking. Yeah, most of the time you don't want to hit it more than once because the first time you do, you get the bastard Scoleri brothers. But hitting it just the one time will give you some ghosts on the playfield. It's a much more controllable shot than the ghost target straight at the center, so that's what I typically am using. The other way to do it is you can collect ghosts by hitting the PKE ramp, the ramp to nowhere on the right. It will light some ghosts for you when you're not in PKE frenzy. So that's actually a safer way to do it, although the shot is probably the hardest shot to hit in the game. So in our story of Ghostbusters, with what we're doing here, you wake up, you put on your gear, you need to go out and get some ghosts, and then we're going to get into just straight pinball lingo. You're going to want to lock balls for multi-ball. So the way that works in this game is very thematic already. It's actually one of the things that usually confuses people about this game. There aren't just locks. The locks are your storage facility. It's all for storage facility multi-ball. So you go, you get your gear, you bust ghosts, you bust enough of them, you got to take them into the storage facility. If you do that 3 times, whoops, there's too many ghosts. So the damn thing blows up, and that's how you get to your storage facility multi-ball. I would say you're always trying to advance towards storage facility multi-ball. The thing about doing that, though, is obviously it's going to get more difficult each and every time. But the benefit is you're going to be advancing other things along the way. And that brings us to step 4, which is keep modes running in the background. So the main modes of the game are nice. The ladders are very nice, and they are things you want to complete, mainly because you get to We Came, We Saw, and of course eventually you get to the actual wizard modes in the game. However, sometimes they're a pain in the butt, and I would say you don't really need to focus on them specifically. If you're great at pinball, if you're great at this game, and you can just knock out every shot in every mode, more power to you. If you find it easier to keep your playfield multipliers lit and continually go after ghosts while also completing the shots from the modes, you'll tend to reach those scores of up to 1.5 and 2 billion. Speaking of which, I got to give a shout out to my brother.
Thanks very much, Ray.
Since I've started playing pinball in my own home arcade, there really hasn't been anybody who's had a score higher than me.
May I help you?
And let's see here. Did I skip it? Come on now. There it is. He actually popped 2 billion and stole my GC on this game, so I got to doff my cap to him and give him a shout out here on the show. Anyways, I hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday. Let's dive on into this game and see if I can't put my money where my mouth is, or at least put my strategy where my mouth is, see if we can't get some points.
Welcome aboard, Tex.
Just like always, I do have the music attenuated so that we don't get copyright strikes, but if anyone from any of those companies is listening, just knock it off. It's fine. If you can write an algorithm that can find the songs, write an algorithm that can find the songs that's coming from diegetic sources instead of just,
Choose your skill shot.
Alright, there we go. Now I tend to go for, I do like playing the far right orbit modes the most. However, the center or left ramp ladder is probably the safest one to go for, because that is the safest shot in the game, so you can kind of rip it whenever you need to. Hit the left orbit. Okay, come on. Doing that. That was ridiculous. That was absolutely absurd.
Welcome aboard, kid.
This game is like that, though. It's a horrible way to start out. So this would, of course, be the one time that you're willing to hit the ghost target, because it's how you start the, how you're going to ever be able to get start modes again. However, hone in that shot, I guess. Not even close to doing that.
Welcome to the Ghostbusters, Tex.
Yeah, I'm approaching Jack Danger levels of restarting games here this afternoon. fuck you. So now let's like those multipliers. There we go.
Symmetrical book stacking.
But we did accomplish what I said we were going to accomplish, which was lighting one of the multipliers, getting some ghosts on the playfield, and starting the mode. It is very hard to play Ghostbusters and talk, but talk we shall. There we go.
We really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Get the super jackpot! Nice. Super jackpot!
Now we need to go back for our darn. Not what I wanted. At least now we have something built.
The light is green, trap is clean.
Set the trap!
Oh, Yeah. Couldn't hit anything except the left orbit until I needed the left orbit. That's the story of everything. Alright.
Welcome to the Ghostbusters, kid.
I do hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday.
Don't look at the trap.
If you are new to the channel and wouldn't mind giving us a like or subscribe, that would be awesome. Unlike that right there. Also, be sure to check out Modern Man in Search of High Scores, podcast that I'm on with Dean Robley from 9 3/4, a pinball arcade in SoCal, California. We're getting into some good stuff this week. It drops tomorrow, talking about Harry Potter, talking about King Kong. Yeah. Who doesn't want to talk about that stuff?
Listen, you smell something?
Jeez. You know how sometimes the easiest shot in the game is just impossible to hit? That's always great when that happens when I'm starting a stream. That was dead on. My God.
We really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Get the super jackpot.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Set the trap. Super jackpot. Don't look at the trap.
Oh, come on. That was an over nudge right there. That was a bit of my own fault. Okay.
Welcome to the Ghostbusters.
Piss
Rookie.
poor scores. But, you know. The part of the thing is making a lot of this stuff automatic, getting it down and then just doing it. Yeah.
Choose your skill shot.
Once again. Come down. Please come down.
myself. So do I.
Gosh darn it. Let's see. This is genuinely a hard shot.
We really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself. So do I. Get the super jackpot! Super jackpot!
Oh. Could I have done something different to make that turn out differently? Yes. Yes, I could. And that makes me sad. I'll take what I can get. What I can get is shit.
Welcome to the
Alright. Let's try some fun stuff here. Why not?
Keymaster of Gozer.
The only thing tricky about this one is the live catch on the way down from here. Every once in a while, you get a, especially on mode 1, you can get a little bit of ball save left. But for the most part,
grab your stick. You're up, rookie. Turn him up.
oh, that's that was all very painful. Let's call out pinball history right here.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
The only thing worse than, not getting to a hurry up fast enough is doing some stupid shit like that. This mode's difficult. It's all about hitting the gozer. It'll light up back there.
Okay, so she's a dog.
But the gozer target is back in the pops, and it's where you get your jackpot for this mode. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't even worry about it.
Welcome aboard, kid. Get the super jackpot!
There we go.
Super
That's how that's supposed to go.
That's a trap!
There we go. Now things are looking like they're supposed to. And then you say that and that happens. That's why you don't ever put yourself over playing pinball, let me tell you.
We really haven't had a completely successful test of this equipment.
I blame myself.
So do I.
Get the super jackpot! Don't look at the trap! Super jackpot! Let's see what you got. You're up, kid.
Gear value is growing, for sure. Damn it. Oh well. We get the totem sphere again. And it relights totem sphere again, which is actually hilarious. Damn it. You know. God damn it.
Choose your skill shot.
Well, at least you get to see something interesting. Since I didn't hit a switch, the ball just kicks back over and I get to do that nonsense again. And this is also something ideal here. If I have another storage facility lit, starting a multi-ball at the top of any of the ladders is valuable.
Super jackpot!
Maybe this is
Storage facility multi-ball. Ghosts
cool.
are everywhere. Get the super
Right there. Okay. Important safety tip. Thanks.
extra ball. Super jackpot!
Not so bad, see? Yeah, I got another extra ball. Look at that. Look at that.
Extra ball.
Oh, stupid, stupid. Come on. It does this very rarely. Come on. Come on. Let me give it one more before I get my hands dirty because this is pissing me off. What is up with you? There we go. What the hell was that? God, I'm gonna have to. It must be a switch adjustment because it really is just a small switch down there. Interesting. Well, you saw it here live, folks.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Tell me what.
If we books off shelves from 20 feet away instead of the sun.
One of us should actually try to speak to him.
Come on. Get to those captive balls there. Not soon enough, I fear.
We came, we saw, we got our asses kicked.
So this next mode is Super Loops, or Loop and Supers. I'm actually not a fan of this mode because it's a pain in the ass and always drains the ball. But at least I hopefully get to it before I drain one. We're talking about the center row up the center of the playfield here, which is done by collecting ghosts. So I'm at 60 ghosts or 60 something. And it is what it says it is. You just loop the ball if you can. which for some reason I can't do. I just cannot do it when the game goes dark like that. I mean, I'm not that great at it when the game's light, but I'm like, it's impossible for me, so I just hate it.
Shoot again.
But it's over now, so we're good. The other thing is it locks you out of everything else. I think that's why I hate it so much, but whatever. Alright, where are we headed next? The more valuable modes are going to be on the far right of the playfield. Shorter ladder on the left, which is the benefit. Yeah, kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, right? Oh, come on. I could have thought that one out better. Usually what I do for these modes is a full plunge, because I can live catch usually most of the time pretty well, so let's see what's up. See that shit? I'm gonna learn to live
Wait for the
catch.
sign,
Why a
and our prisoners will be released.
No multipliers. And a horrible backhand. No slap save in the world is going to save some of the balls on these games.
Welcome aboard, Tech.
You don't think? Yeah, one thing I am picking up on definitely seems like collect that damn. As far as score goes, collect the gear award as much as you possibly can. Still gotta figure out what actually boosts it so high. Probably just keeps building, right?
Choose your skill
Keeps
shot.
building, and then eventually you collect it, which might knock it down a bit. Not sure exactly on that one, because I've seen it get as high as like 100 million, 50 million, no problem. Or sorry, 1,000, not million. Interesting.
Symmetrical book stacking.
Oh, come the fuck on. No. No, that's not how this works.
Welcome to the Ghostbusters, Tex.
I'm gonna head back in the game.
Vince
God
Clark,
almighty.
Master of Gozer.
I blame myself.
That's what I did last time, and I did it again this time. I'm not going to do it again, like ever. That ramp is only, in my opinion, the ramp is only sometimes backhandable. And what quantifies that sometimes I don't even know if I can tell you. It's almost just like I feel like I can hit it and I understand the shot at that moment. Could also be that it's basically when the ball is rolling back down the flipper as you're bringing it in for a cradle.
Choose your skill shot.
Yeah, could just be my own ineptitude. But sometimes, man, like I feel like I'm hitting it the exact same way, and instead it goes flying off into the pops, and so that doesn't make no sense. Not that time. And that was bullshit too. We're not even. This game sucks. Alright, I hear you fucking. I started the library. Jesus Christ. Well, you know. Don't do that to me. Alright. This is the last time I'm restarting, but that was...
Welcome
that
to
was
the Ghostbusters,
you all
kid.
saw it. Library. Show you guys at least some new modes. Why not? If anybody has any preferences, drop them in the chat. Sloppy Joe says good multi-ball. Yeah, thanks, man. The multi-ball was pretty good. I'm a big fan of the way this game qualifies multi-ball. As I talked about in the beginning of the show, you start your day off as a Ghostbuster, you collect your gear, then you gotta go get ghosts, right? You get enough ghosts, then you can take them to the containment unit. As a kid who grew up on Ghostbusters, who was obsessed with the franchise and always wanted to be a Ghostbuster, the fact that I can do that by rolling a ball up a hill and convincing my brain that that's what I'm doing, I'm pretty much in love. Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad. There we fucking go. Oh, thank you to everybody who's checking out the channel today. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday.
Symmetrical book stacking.
Good God Almighty. Oh, come on. That should...
Hey, watch it, kid.
There we go. I hate scoops. I gotta tell you guys, like for the record, for the most times I hate scoops. But what are you gonna do? At least this one feels satisfying when you hit it. Look at all the shit we get. So much of
What has that got to do with it?
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
So lucky. Oh man. If anybody out there has played this game, let me know what you think. It is brutal. The flipper gap is absolutely insane. Biggest in pinball from what I understand. Let's see if we can at least finish this up here. Brutal angle, isn't it? Like there's no escape. You want it to dribble off of that onto your flipper, but it doesn't. It hits the slingshot.
Hello, I'm Peter.
Frickin'
Where are you
hell.
from? Originally.
There we go. So we're back to we came, we saw, but each ladder is different. You actually get the number of balls in the modes in the ladder. So far left 2, center 3, far right 4. So this is just multi-ball, multi-ball. Oh, that's right. Let me get my edible. If one of the balls is going to play long enough, I can. And if I can hit the damn scoop. Which, as I've mentioned before, not the biggest scoop guy. Yeah, that's a good lesson right there.
This is it. This is definitely it.
Are you, Alice, menstruating right now? Oh, first one.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Oh my god. God darn it. Oh. Well, not a horrible score, but you know. Pretty much a horrible score. If you got that in a tournament, you could probably be proud of it. It is, I mean, this game can be crushing in tournaments, or it can be pretty easy. You can also just go for the gear bonuses. I talked about that before, but it is something like, in a tournament setting, I'm probably just trying to loop the center ramp with multipliers and collect the gear bonuses when they get high enough and I start to chicken out. Anyways, if you are new to the channel, please give us a like. Subscribe if you'd like to. We're doing pinball every single week and a whole bunch in between. I'm also on a podcast that launches or drops every other Monday. Tomorrow is actually the next episode, called Modern Man in Search of High Scores. The link should be down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my 50th episode. I have a small channel, but I love every single minute of doing it. I mean, how could I not? It's pinball. Anyways, I really appreciate it, and as always, this is Lawrence Adams from the Midlife Arcade saying, may all your scores be high, and may all your balls be extra. I'll see you next time.